Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Shadowed City podcast. I am your host, Larry, and this is The Shadows Within. Got a few shows to go over. I'm excited to do so. I got a few announcements to make. Also, if you haven't checked out the pay-per-view for IZW WrestleClass, check that out. I will be reviewing that at a future date, but I got some shows written down that I need to go over. First off, GPW Fury, HOH Cage, Dad the Bod Martin versus Kabuki Dragon, with Dad the Bod Martin walking away victorious. Gauntlet Eliminator, 10-man, between Bobby Ball Tucker, The Monster, Aku, Juan Sanchez, JJ the Urban Gladiator, The Savage John Robb, Ranger Zero, Ronan Gage, Damian Graves, and Adrian Danger, with JJ the Urban Gladiator walking away victorious. Bobo the Clown versus Turtle Harrington, with Bobo the Clown walking away victorious. Logan Frost versus Michael Link McIntyre, with Logan Frost walking away victorious. There was another 10-man gauntlet eliminator won by Winterwolf. There was a battle royal won by Buster Anderson. Emma Frost versus Callie Bass Inferno match, with Emma Frost walking away victorious. GPW Fury the One Tournament, Chosen One versus Carnage advancing to the second round. Hashtag Frost versus Alexander, Hashtag Frost advancing to the second round. Shade versus Monster, with Monster advancing to the second round. Big Mike versus Buster Anderson, with Big Mike advancing to the second round. Carnage versus Hashtag Frost, with Carnage headed to the finals. Monster versus Big Mike, with Monster headed to the finals. Carnage versus Monster, with Carnage winning the tournament, earning himself a one championship match and a one rules match as he took on the champion Ranger Rogue, with Ranger Rogue retaining the gold. Another GPW Fury, Dad the Bod Martin versus Adrian Danger, with Adrian Danger walking away victorious. Bobo the Clown versus Turtle Harrington, with Turtle Harrington walking away victorious. Chaotic versus Ryan Kai, with Chaotic walking away victorious. Falls Count Anywhere, Outlaw versus Hashtag Frost versus Alexander the Judge in a triple threat, with Hashtag Frost walking away victorious. Jeannie Jaw versus Emma Frost, with Emma Frost walking away victorious. Team MEG versus the Red Reapers, with MEG walking away victorious in a War Games. War Maiden versus Baby Bone Crusher, with War Maiden walking away victorious. Mason Payne versus Ranger Zero, with Mason Payne walking away victorious. Big Mike versus Logan Frost for the GPW Bruiserweight Championship, with Logan Frost walking away the champion. Nolan Omega versus Showtime, with Nolan Omega walking away victorious. And in the main event, Sergio Sanchez versus the Phantom Eddie Walker, with the Phantom Eddie Walker walking away victorious. All-Star Pro, Last Man Standing, pay-per-view that passed. Underground Championship, Sean Smith versus Frank Ortiz, with Frank Ortiz walking out the champion. World Tag Team Championships, the Goldman Bros versus the champions, the Empires of Pain, with the Empires of Pain walking away victorious, retaining the gold. Steel Cage, Ace Thompson versus Buster Anderson, with Buster Anderson walking away victorious. Hardcore Championship, AJ Woods versus the champion, AJ Albright, with AJ Woods walking out the new champion. Fatal 4-Way Showcase, J Rock versus Jackson Mitchell, versus Jimmy Kane versus Shaquille, with Jimmy Kane walking away victorious. Classic Women's Championship, Reagan Anderson versus the champion Angel Bryant, with Reagan Anderson walking out the new champion. Grand Prix Championship, Kabuki Dragon versus the champion Shan Leon, with the champion Kabuki taking on Shan Leon, with Kabuki walking away victorious. Elimination Chamber for the All-Star Pro Women's World Championship, Amaya Bryant versus Dirty Diana versus Baby Bone Crusher versus Bandita versus Madison Outlaw versus Taryn Williams, with Madison Outlaw walking away victorious. All-Star Pro International Championship, the champion Cold Steel versus Shinjo, with Cold Steel retaining the gold. Elimination Chamber All-Star Pro Classic Heavyweight Championship, Derek Sicario versus Adam Matthews versus Rob Anderson versus Big Lou versus Little Devil versus Alex Knight, with Big Lou walking away victorious. World Heavyweight Championship match. Damian Briggs versus the champion Turtle Harrington, with Damian Briggs walking out the new champion. For the now it's for the EWS Mixed Malice show. Leighton Little and Laura Little versus Onyx Callahan and Haven Callahan, with Haven Callahan and Onyx Callahan walking away victorious. Lucy Kane and Casey Kane versus Major Creel and Luna Duskrin, with Lucy Kane and Casey Kane walking away victorious. Kaiva Chaos and Casey King versus Victor Graves and Roxy Graves, with Kaiva Chaos and Casey King walking away victorious. Kyra Hex and Jackson Callahan versus Quinn J. Stone and Blackfire, with Kyra Hex and Jackson Callahan walking away victorious. Chin Pao and Susie versus Case DeMoise and Donald Hilton, with Case DeMoise and Donald Hilton walking away victorious. Tommy Gunn and Scarlett versus Mason Blade and Shea Blade, with Mason Blade and Shea Blade walking away victorious. Lockjaw and Danielle DeMoise versus Archibald Hilton and Dominique, with Danielle DeMoise and Lockjaw walking away victorious. Luther Cross and Mazakim Black versus Daniel DeMoise and Darla Hilton, with Darla Hilton and Daniel DeMoise walking away victorious. Lucy Kane and Casey Kane versus Onyx Callahan and Haven Callahan, with Lucy Kane and Casey Kane walking away victorious. Jackson Callahan and Kyra Hex versus Casey King and Kaiva Chaos, with Kyra Hex and Jackson Callahan walking away victorious. Shea Blade and Mason Blade versus Donald Hilton and Case DeMoise, with Donald Hilton and Case DeMoise walking away victorious. Daniel DeMoise and Darla Hilton versus Danielle DeMoise and Lockjaw, with Darla Hilton and Daniel DeMoise walking away victorious. Casey Kane and Lucy Kane versus Kyra Hex and Jackson Callahan, with Lucy Kane and Casey Kane walking away victorious. Case DeMoise and Donald Hilton versus Darla Hilton and Daniel DeMoise, with Case DeMoise and Donald Hilton walking away victorious. And in the main event, Lucy Kane and Casey Kane versus Donald Hilton and Case DeMoise, with Case DeMoise and Donald Hilton walking away victorious. Those are what I had to go over at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I will go over the IZW WrestleClash pay-per-view in the future. And also, I have an interview coming up on May 10th, which is Mother's Day, with Sophia Sword, 5 p.m. UK time. Stay tuned for that, for Breaking Kayfabe. But I hope everybody has a great day, good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever y'all may be. Peace out.